This lighting actually does, but I'm not gonna be like the whole time. But it does look good. Any of this lighting looks pretty good. This looks good. Oh, I like this idea. This is cool. This little thing right here. Got my little color. Okay, this is nice. I see you. I freaking see you. What the fuck? What is going on? Gus, who are you yelling at? What's the issue over here? What? There's literally food there. Why are you yelling? For what, honey? Are you done with your attitude? Life lately. I have not recorded much. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, I definitely haven't recorded much. But honestly, I wanted to give a little bit of a life update. A little update. It's interesting because I do wonder if like people really watch and like give a shit, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know. I think one day they'll watch, or maybe very few people, but what is it? Nah, it's whatever. I kind of just, I don't know. I make videos because I like to talk. I like to just talk and talk and talk. I just like it. It's fun. But who am I explaining myself to? Cut! Cut! Okay. Steady time. It's steady time. Steady time. ISO. ISO is how sensitive your camera is to light. So a higher ISO means it's more sensitive to light, but a lower ISO means it's less sensitive to light. So like when it's more sensitive to light, it would be better to shoot in low light, but when it's less sensitive to light, it's better to shoot in daylight. Noise is the little specks in an image. So images taken at high ISOs have more noise, so it's best to use the lowest ISO possible. Bracketing is a technique photographers use where they take multiple images, well, the same image with multiple different camera settings. Exposure, I think exposure is how much light is let in. So like the right exposure is like a balancing act. You don't want it to be overexposed or underexposed. You want it to be just right to capture all of the details in the highlights. No, am I thinking of the wrong thing? The highlights and the shadows? Okay, let's see. Exposure is the amount of light that reaches your camera sensor. The right exposure is a balancing act. A perfectly exposed photo captures all of the details in the highlights and the shadows. Okay. Let me stop throwing these on the floor. So life update. Lately, I am really inconsistent. I understand how inconsistent I am with posting YouTube videos. It's like, girl, you said you were back, but here I am waiting for a video for a month, so where you at? Should I put my hair out? I feel like I look like crazy, like a little crazy. I'm not gonna lie, I already tried filming this clip twice and I felt like I looked pretty ugly, so I'm gonna redo it. And my eyebrows look really freaking bad because I literally refuse to go get them done because I hate doing that. Anyways, I just wanted to give a quick little context to this video. This video is now a year old, pretty much a year old. And during this time, I really started to learn more about film and photography. And I was really just focused on learning more. But shortly after this video, life hit me like a train. Like it really hit me really hard. I'm not gonna lie. So within this last year, I really haven't filmed as much, honestly. Like, I really haven't filmed as much. I do have a good amount of footage, I think, but I'm not too sure how much of that footage will ever see the earth, because it gets pretty deep in there. It gets pretty deep, and I just feel scared to share too much of it. But there is a possibility that after this video I might go back and share some stuff that went on within the year, or I might just say F that and continue from where I'm at now. Either way, y'all better buckle up because it's gonna be a ride. So after this video goes up, honestly, you probably won't see me again for a freaking minute because I'm gonna be working on a music video, and then I'll go back to the YouTube videos. But next thing I'm gonna do is work on a music video after this. So yeah, I just wanted to give a little bit of context because y'all haven't seen me in a decent minute. No, I'm just kidding. But that might be what you're thinking. Lately, I've been trying to learn a lot. I feel like I've been feeling a little stuck in like life. I've just felt a little stuck in like, not, I guess a little bit of life, but like with the YouTube videos and like I don't know, I just want to make some cool shit and like films and music videos and just cool shit, like a bunch of cool shit. Like that's what I want to do, honestly. I want to make some cool shit, and I feel like I've been feeling a little stuck in that. Like I haven't really been progressing, so I decided that I really just have been wanting to learn a lot more. So lately I've been learning, and I've been focused on not working on videos, but instead just learning on how to make cooler videos. So right now I subscribed to something online, and I have just been, you know, watching videos on how to make cool videos. You know what I'm saying? Aspect ratio. I don't like this one. Aspect ratio is like the ratio of height to width. You can adjust it in your camera if you know how you want to like print your image, or you can just crop it later on. I don't really get that one. Like, I don't know. Hot shoe is basically just a little slot at the top of your camera for like accessories, like a microphone or some shit like that. F number. Okay, F number measures aperture, or how much light is let in. So a higher F number means less light is let in, and a lower F number means more light is let in. So yeah. Crop factor is shit. It's like the ratio or difference between your camera sensor size and a traditional 35mm film. That's pretty much what it is. So I want to learn about so much stuff and just learn how to be a good filmmaker. So yeah, that's what I've been doing. I bought a little binder and I've been taking notes and shit. Oh my gosh, it's like I'm in fucking school. And I've been excited for it, honestly, because I want to just be so much better at making videos. So that's where my focus has been on, is just learning. So right now I've been mostly learning about cameras, honestly, because I feel like I've been trying to just learn about the like technical shit to understand what I'm doing and how to like record something nice, is all these different settings and different things and all these, you know what, all these different situations. So right now I've just been trying to learn the technical shit about cameras and stuff like that, and little by little it's gonna require patience, but little by little I'm just gonna, you know, keep learning and practicing and getting better. So that's where I've been at. If you don't see so many videos, just know that I am here, but I am learning to be better. I have been excited because I really do enjoy learning. I think we're here in this earth to learn shit. So if you guys don't see videos from me, just know that I'm here, and I'm here. Don't worry. I'm here, dog. I'm here. I've been wanting to save for a new camera. I've also been like working. I know. So stupid, I know, but that's what I've been doing, is freaking working. The rule of thirds. The rule of thirds is where you divide your camera into thirds, vertically and horizontally, and you pretty much want to place your main subject of the image along or within those lines or at the intersections to make it look a little smoother and more appealing to the eye. White balance. White balance is the process of adjusting. White balance is the process of adjusting. What? Adjusting what? Adjusting the image like to match the light source so that white looks white, pretty much. It makes the image look more natural. I'll get better at this. The process of adjusting colors to match the color of the light source so that white objects appear white. This process makes the image look more natural. So pretty much what I know about white balance is when you're in like sunlight, for example, sunlight's really orange. So pretty much you want to compensate for that orange in your camera, so you're gonna want to add more blue to make it look more natural and not make, because if I'm in the sun I'm gonna look orange, but I don't want to look orange, I want to look more natural. So that's what adjusting the colors is in white balance. File format is pretty much how your camera will record. So raw files contain a lot more information than JPEGs, which are more compressed. And raw files contain a lot more information, so it makes them more suitable for photo editing. So I'd say life overall has been, it's been good. It's been good. It's always good. What can I say? It's always good. A little overwhelming, because like honestly being here or like making videos, I always say this, but like this is the shit that I want to do, and at this moment I cannot do this full time because I don't just have the cash to not be working. So yeah, that's been a little overwhelming because like when I have to work I just feel like really overwhelmed because like I want to be doing this. It's okay. It's okay. It's nothing I can't handle. Like I can handle it, I can do it, and I can figure it out and just make it work. People always say like, oh, I don't want to work another day in my life. I don't want to work another day in my life. And I feel you, I hear you, I understand. But like for me, I like this, and that's how I want to work. I want to work doing something that I love to do, because then it doesn't really feel like work anymore. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And I kind of love that. I love that I feel that way. Aperture. This one gets me. Aperture is a hole through which light is let in. A higher aperture means less light is let in, meaning the whole image would appear more in focus, but a lower aperture means more light is let in, making there be less depth of field and creating blurrier backgrounds. I swear I'm gonna get better at this, I swear. So expressed by an F number, a hole through which light travels. A higher aperture means less light is entering the camera. This is better for when you want everything in your shot to be in focus. The lower f-stop, the less depth of field and blurrier background. Okay, exposure compensation. Exposure compensation is... Exposure compensation is... So, exposure compensation can be used in some auto and semi-auto modes on your camera. So it pretty much is the process of like adjusting the exposure to be more bright or dark. I think. Okay, let me just read it. Okay, used to tell the camera that you want the exposure to be lighter or darker. This one confuses me. Exposure compensation can be used on some auto and semi-auto modes. Negative numbers result in darker images as positive numbers create a better shot. Next. Dynamic range. Dynamic range is... I think it's the range between the brightest and the darkest part of an image. So a higher dynamic range captures more detail. Describes the ratio, that's the word I was looking for. Describes the ratio between the brightest and darkest parts of an image. Dynamic range determines how much detail one can capture. Higher dynamic range means more detail. I love my new desk. I really spent a lot of time there. This is my little area where I'd be at. I want to get some, maybe like some lights over here. Like I had those ones around that frame, but they're freaking broken. They don't even turn on anymore, but maybe I could get something like that over here. That would be cool. Okay, my words of advice. I have words of advice. This is my TED Talk. No, it's not. It's Kiara Talk. My words of advice is to go for what the fuck you want. Honestly, just go for what you want and don't be afraid. No matter what anyone in the world thinks, just go for what you want, dog. Just have fun. Just have fun in this life. And don't do things you don't want to do because you feel like you have to. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, this is a whole nother thing, and I can go into detail about this another time. Who am I talking to? Like, who am I venting to? But I think I'm wise or something. Focal length. Okay. Focal length is the distance between between your camera's sensor and the optical center of the lens. Maybe the longer the focal, it's measured in millimeters. So the longer the focal length, the narrower the angle of view and higher the magnification. That was a good one. The distance measured in milliliters. Bitch. The distance measured in millimeters between the optical center of the lens and the camera sensor. The optical center of the lens and the camera sensor. Is that what I said? Where the light info is recorded. The longer the focal length, the narrower the angle of view and higher the magnification. Of course. Shutter speed. So shutter speed is pretty much the speed at which the shutter of your camera closes. So a fast shutter speed creates short exposure photos. So like it can capture moving objects, but a slow shutter speed will create longer exposure, which will capture like the trail of moving objects. The speed at which the shutter of the camera closes. Fast shutter speed gives a shorter exposure, as the slower shutter speed gives longer exposure. Short exposure allows you to capture movement. Long exposure allows you to capture the trail of moving objects. Okay, when I graduated high school, I feel like I never really knew what I wanted to do, like at all. Like 4 years of high school, like I did not know what the fuck I want to do. And I was in a trade. I did HVAC, and I thought that I was gonna pursue that after high school because I felt like it was gonna give me money. But I realized that that's not really what I wanted. Like my senior year, I was like, this isn't really what I want to do. Like I thought that this is what I wanted to do because it was going to make me money, but it's not really what I want to do. Like it doesn't bring me joy and passion. Yeah, it's a little fun sometimes, but it doesn't do it for me. You know what I'm saying? This is not what I want to do my whole life. Decided to go to college. Wow, I don't know why I'm talking about this, but I am. I decided to go to college. And, but the reason I decided to go to college was just to feel like I was doing something, but I didn't actually have any interest in being there. I just wanted to go to college to feel like I was doing something. What I was doing didn't really excite me, so like I literally did not last long. I did not last long because I found no passion in it. I found no joy in it. I didn't see it going anywhere. I just didn't want anything to do with it. Frame rate is pretty much how many images are taken per second. So when a video is pretty much images taken, put together to create a video. So a higher frame rate would make the video more smoother. So 30 FPS means 30 frames per second. That's, you know, that one's kind of, I like that one because it's easy. The number of images taken in 1 second. So the 180-degree rule is pretty much, if you have two subjects in a scene, two people talking to each other, and you pretty much draw an imaginary line between the two. And the thing is, you want to keep all of your camera setups on the same side of that line, so it actually looks like they're talking to each other and not look all weird. Digital versus optical. So digital means that the effect is achieved through software, but optical means that the effect is achieved through actual physical parts of the camera, and optical is always better than digital. So I say that to say, go for what the fuck you want and don't just do shit to do it because you feel like you have to do it or whatever the fuck. No, just do what you want to do, dog. Do what brings you joy, what brings you passion, what makes you freaking happy, and what doesn't feel like stress. That would be my words of advice. Camera resolution is, what's the word I'm looking for? The camera resolution is the dimensions that your camera's capture. Okay, camera resolution is the dimensions your camera is capable of capturing. So the higher resolution, the higher the image quality, and the larger you can like print images without like major loss in quality. And also it's expressed in megapixels.